Have you been following the election campaign?
Yes. I'm helping the NDP again.
Why? Do you think they have done any good?
They tell me they have, so they must be.
But what about the economy? Business confidence has been shattered, investment in the province has dropped dramatically and unemployment is near record levels.
Well, that's just the temporary side effect as we work to make all the improvements.
What improvements? Over 4 years, our credit rating has been slashed 4 times.
It's all part of our plan to diversify the economy.
What a joke. Anyone who claims it is to be diversified obviously doesn't know Alberta.
What do you mean?
Alberta has always been diversified. There are thousands of businesses and industries that make up over 70% of the economy.
Well, we can make it 80%.
You can never boost the economy by strangling and beating down one of the most important industries.
We're not. You know Notley has been a huge proponent of the oil industry and pipelines.
Are you kidding me? She has been a major protester for many years. She campaigned and protested against pipelines many times.
That was before. It's nothing to do with the difficulties now.
It has everything to do with it. Protest groups were heavily encouraged to have a major political party stand beside them. It gave extra power to their voice and made them even more arrogant in their demands. They ended up getting so much coverage that they actually interfered with the progress Notley is now faced with trying to undo all the damage she encouraged and helped cause.
Well, no other government got any pipelines built.
Wrong. Check the facts. It's well known that 4 were built under Harper, also KXL was approved, Northern Gateway was approved, Energy East was approved and Trans Mountain was in the process of getting approval. Under Notley and Trudeau, all have now been cancelled. Notley is even on record as been against Northern Gateway and KXL.
Well, when Trans Mountain got cancelled, it was not her fault. She had no say or involvement in the process and no influence in what happened.
Huh? When she thought it would get built, she claimed all credit for it, saying it was her hard work. She even held a fake groundbreaking ceremony that was widely mocked. If she wants to claim credit for any perceived success, then she better be willing to own responsibility when it fails.
Well, I see your point.
And even worse, she has repeatedly appointed anti-oil activists to important roles in her government. It's like a slap on the face to all hard-working Albertans who care about their future. She even signed on to the infamous LEAP manifesto which call for an end to the Alberta oil industry.
Surely she didn't do that.
Check it out. Notley definitely got her name signed onto it.
Actually, that is quite concerning.
All across the province, people just quite simply do not believe her when she claims to support the industry. Her record and behavior completely contradicts what she says. It's one of the main reasons her party is in serious risk of losing the election.
Well, don't worry about that. We have a secret weapon. We can manipulate the media to report whatever we want.
Huh? How will you do that?
Easy. At regular intervals, we'll just make a claim about what the UCP wants to do, and they'll report on our version, without bothering to fact-check it.
Is that why news is already out, repoing on the NDP version of UCP policies? Many people have noticed Notley is making claims about UCP that simply are not true. Does she really want to run a campaign based on outright lies?
But it works. So, who cares? We can make whatever accusations we want and almost all media will report on our version, regardless of how much it contradicts the actual UCP policy. So far, our accusations have never been challenged by any media outlet, even when it's fully known it's an exaggeration or even outright false.
Pass me a bucket, so I can be sick.
The simple goal here is to portray the UCP as something evil, frightening and dangerous, while completely ignoring reasoned political debate.
So you're saying Notley has intentionally chosen to use the politics of hate and fear, in an effort to scare people into voting for her?
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound so good.
She has even tried to scare and victimize cancer patients, by saying that if UCP wins, they won't be able to get treatment unless they present a credit card first. That is an absolute lie.
But media doesn't care. They reported it anyway, without any correction at all. This is how it works for us.
But what she's doing is disgusting. And it's not just cancer patients. There have been several groups of ordinary people she has been telling lies to in a deliberate attempt to frighten them with false claims about UCP policy. Doesn't she have any respect or compassion for them?
As long as the media reports on our version, that those groups have served their purpose. If it gets us a few more votes, then their fear is worth it.
So you're admitting your concern for these people is only an act, and you only see them as mere pawns that you can use for your own political gain?
You're learning.
Many have noticed that Notley is conducting one of the nastiest, angriest, negative campaigns of gutter politics we have ever seen.
Well, do you blame her? Like you said, she can't really run on her record, even many of her supporters know that. So the only other option is to frighten voters into hating the other parties, so they'll feel forced to vote for us.
With all this hate promoting, she has earned the name of Negative Notley.
Negative Notley. That actually has a nice ring to it.
Aren't you afraid some media might start calling her out on her false accusations? What will happen then?
No problem. As an emergency backup, we're also making endless announcements of massive new spending. That always scores a few points among the less informed voters.
Well, you're total fools if you think you can treat so many Albertans as gullible, uninformed sheep, who can be swayed by manipulations and lies. Albertans are intelligent, caring people who can actually think for themselves and spot the difference between facts and fear-mongering lies designed to frighten vulnerable people. As an Albertan, I'm getting quite sick of the name-calling and negativity from the Notley NDP. It makes me never want to see or hear from that party ever again. Alberta needs a government who will stand up and fight for them, instead of just fighting for their own jobs.